Hello, everyone. Welcome to our one of the wonderful evenings where we are launching our Kids Galaxy magazine. Lovely to see a lot of people. Hello, everyone. To be here. To our one of the I think it's getting evenings where we are launching our Kids sound Galaxy is really magazine. Just a minute. Lovely to see a lot of people. Hello, everyone. I mean, there's something. Okay. I think now it's fine. There's no echo sound here, right?
No.
Okay. So again, I welcome everyone on Nanna Gyan Foundation on this wonderful evening. This is Romal Surana, founder director Nanna Gyan Foundation. And after a long time, we are doing a magazine launch. And I'm super excited because this is the new year, and see how fast the 1 month is over, right? And we are coming up with this beautiful launch. And as Nanna Gyan always brings smile on everyone's faces. So this time we had bought Divyanshri Munot, who brings smiles on a lot of people faces, a lot of work that she is doing. So before we move ahead, let me tell you the few things that Nanna Gyan Foundation has done in this past few months, where we were not been interacting with each other through any lives. We haven't done any lives in this few months. So we have successfully completed our Healing Lights Award and Prerna competition in Ahmednagar. So that is the one of the milestones of Nanna Gyan Foundation. And I'm sure all our viewers will be very happy to know that in Ahmednagar, we have done this, but the footfall was almost 5,500 with 22 schools participating in it and more than 500 students participating in Prerna competition. This time we had a very new set of awardees from different regions, and it was a lovely moment. And I'm sure those who have been viewing us, you would have seen all the updates on our Facebook page. If you are new to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel. And with this, I like to introduce my lovely editor of Kids Galaxy magazine, Gayatri Bhaskar. Hi, Gayatri.
Hi, Romal. Nice to see you after a long time. As you
We are
said,
we are from the same team, but yet we don't meet each other so frequently. And this is the way we interact with each other. So good to see you, Gayatri. Yes.
Thank you. And nice to see Preeti as well. So, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for sparing your time on a weekday. And I'm so glad that all of you could make it. And this live launch is a really special one because, like Romal said, we've kind of discontinued it in the past months. Now we are so happy to get it back on track. And the special thing about this live launch is we walk through our magazine for the month, and we talk about a little more about the article, what we found interesting. The contributors can say something about it. And it is a nice walkthrough. We get to know the people a little bit better. Instead of just writing about them, we can hear them, we can talk to them. And, we can also share the effort that we have taken for this month's magazine. So, all in all, it's a very feel good experience. I hope you also enjoy it. So, Romal, how do you want to do it? Shall we start the walkthrough first, or I'll introduce everybody?
Yes. Before we start with the magazine, let me introduce our one of our strong pillars of Nanna Gyan Foundation from Ahmednagar is Preeti here with us. And Preeti has been associated with us for a very long time. And she has her own brand called Preeti's Pathshala. So Nanna Gyan brings actual that smile, but Preeti's Pathshala create that voice, that gesture in the kids, because she really helps kids to read, to understand, to speak English, and moreover to make their calculation very fast through Vedic maths. So, when your kids don't, when you're very tense that how are my kids going to read, write, or rather, do that mental calculation, I think Preeti is one of the resort where you can go and ask for help. And those who are watching us, Yes, Nanagan is again starting with its workshops. Are you not excited? I am super, super excited. So the first workshop we are going to do is with the tables. You know, tables याद करना बहुत difficult है, right? मुझे तो भैया बहुत difficulty होती थी क्योंकि मुझे confusion हमेशा रहता था कि कैसे याद करना और end time पे भूल जाती थी. But you know, the best way to learn from tables from 9 to 999 is easy, and you can do it in just 2 days. And that workshop will be taken up by Preeti, our own Preeti's, through Preeti's Patshala on Annagyan Foundation on 4th and 5th of February. We will be soon sending you all the links to get into it. वैसे tables याद करने के लिए वो भी 9 to 999 को याद करने के लिए आपको क्या लगता है कितनी फीस हो सकती है, कितना हमें चार्ज करना चाहिए? वो भी 2 दिनों में 4 घंटे में इतना सारा टेबल आपके दिमाग में हम फिट कर सकते हैं. तो आप जब तक के कितनी रहेगी इस वर्कशॉप की फीस आप सोचते रहिए. विल मूव फॉरवर्ड विद आवर cover page, that is Divyanshri Munot. So let me add her in the screen. So hi Divyanshri.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good too. So after looking at you, so why I have added these two people? Because one is my editor and Divyanshri teacher is Preeti. So you have a wonderful teacher and a student and a same platform, and the student is getting recognized. So I wanted her teacher to be there with us, right? You know, parents always glorify when the kids bloom, and teachers do. So we have parent also and teacher also with us today. So moving ahead with Divyanshri, before we let you all know, can you all guess what is the age of Divyanshri before we reveal it? Guess karo. Ha. I know you all are guessing. Put that in comment section. Meanwhile, yes, Gayatri, you go ahead with the introduction of Divyanshri.
So, welcome Divyanshri. And this time we added her as our cover feature of the month because at such a young age, which I've still not revealed, but at such a young age, she has proven to take up, a lot of responsibilities. She has a calm head on her shoulders and just taking forward a very nice, noble initiative and converting it in her own way. I felt it was very inspirational because we look at teenagers as, who can get easily distracted or who are influenced with different other things. But here we have this smart young woman who's already achieved a lot in her own way, in her own small gesture, where we come to understand that for big changes also, even small actions contribute so much. So we'll come to know more about her journey. She's an environmentalist, she's a young leader, and she took a very novel idea of planting trees during the COVID lockdown time and made it her own idea in the subsequent year. So we'll get to know more about her journey once we start walking through the magazine.
Absolutely. And with this, I would also like to add in the frame Sumangla Munot. She is the mother, but apart from that, she's again an inspiration because, the way she carry herself, I've met her in Ahmednagar this time. And for the first time, I never realized कि कोई इतने अच्छे position पे रहता है और आपको पता भी नहीं चलता है कि वो इतने बड़े position पे है. So this is how is she. And we have Gautam Munot also, who's the father. Gautam, can you please switch on your camera? Mr. Gautam, please switch on your camera. Thank you so much. And behind Divyanshri, these two are the strong pillars. So we have teacher, we have parents who are strong pillars for Divyanshri. When seeds germinates, what does a seed requires? A seeds require a nurturing soil, little bit of sun, air, water to turn into a tree, right? So this is what the nurturing from the parents and from the teachers Divyanshri is receiving, and now we will be understanding that what she has achieved at this age. I have still not revealed her age. Now that in what is her age? So that will be a surprise factor for you all. So yes, Gayatri, take it ahead. So you want me?
Romal, yeah, you can share the magazine.
Okay. Before we share a magazine, I would ask Sumangla and Gautamji to speak something about Divyanshri. And later we will again come back to you. How did you find the magazine to be? Yes, Sumangla.
Hello everyone. Hello Romalji, Gayatriji and Preeti. It's been such a dream come true kind of thing. The Divyanshri's initiative has been recognized. She is a very sensitive and a fun-loving child. I don't know what to say. I think I've already spoken so much with Gayatri ji. I think her father will say something for her.
Sure. Over to you, Gautamji.
Yeah. Divyanshri, no? Divyanshri, what should I say actually in this forum? She's a very focused girl.
Think screen got freeze.
She's very focused. You cannot change her decisions easily. It's tough to crack, you know. Once she decides, she will do accordingly, and that's how she took this initiative of spreading this tree plantation drive, and that's how she gathered her 20 friends and then came up with the idea of paper seed on her own, then ordered it and then distributed it. I think so it was last Valentine's when she did all this activity, and after that she got busy in her 10th. But I think so after exam she will do some work. She likes to be in the social, doing something social. So yeah, she's I'll say focused and intelligent girl. That's it.
Absolutely. So she's definitely Papa's Pari, and Papa has revealed her age. So she's in 10th and she's almost 16. I'll say 16. She's sweet 16. So before we start with the magazine, we have already revealed her age. That is, she's just 16, sweet 16. This is a wonderful phase in any girl's life when you blossom. And in this phase, she is really making earth blossom through her work. Okay. So with this, we'll start in a moment.
One more thing.
Yes.
Her Bua is also online. Meghna Munot.
Meghna Munot. Okay.
So she will speak something about Divyanshri.
Okay. Let's add her also here. Yes.
Hello everyone.
Hello Meghna ji. Welcome to Kids Galaxy magazine
Thank you so much. If I have to speak about Divyanshri, she's a very dedicated girl. She is quiet, but she is a quiet monster. But she's very dedicated, very sharp, intelligent, as Gautam said. She's very intelligent, very quick. She grabs things very easily. She's very fond of doing some of the other social work. Like she's very fond of animals, so she'll talk to them as if she's talking to friends. How are you, baby? What are you doing, baby? And राह चलते कुत्ते को भी रुक के कुछ तो बुलाएगा, hi baby, what are you doing? तू खाया क्या? तू पिया क्या? So I think so it is inbuilt in her that she is socially connected. She's connected to nature. I think so it is a God's gift.
Lovely.
So she's fond of animals. She's now whatever work she's doing, so she'll do it with heart. She won't do it ki karna hai isliye. So she'll take all the efforts and get it done. So that is a good quality that she has. And she will do great things ahead also. I am very sure of it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for recognizing her work. Thanks a lot, Nanna Gan Foundation, for recognizing her work, her hard work. and definitely we will support her, and we would like her to do big things, give back to the nature in all possible ways. So we all will be there for as strongest pillars in her life.
आई एम श्योर जिसके पास मम्मी पापा बुआ ऐसे लोग हो तो उसको सपोर्ट की जरूरत नहीं होती है, वो ऑलरेडी स्ट्रॉन्ग एंकर के साथ में आते हैं, तो वो जितना स्ट्रॉन्ग एंकर है वो उतने ही ऊपर जाएंगे, तो उसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है. सो थैंक यू मेघना जी फॉर योर लवली वर्ड्स फॉर आवर cover story. Yes, Preeti, you were left. You would like to speak about her, and then we'll again start with the Kids Galaxy magazine. You know, the front story जितनी exciting होती है ना, उतना ही मजा आता है एक मैगजीन के थ्रू जाने में, बिकॉज कवर स्टोरी से डिसाइड करते हैं कि अभी नेक्स्ट क्या होने वाला है. सो कवर स्टोरी इतनी एक्साइटेड है, इतना सब अच्छा अच्छा सुनने को मिल रहा है. सो लेट्स टीचर से सुन लेते हैं. अभी तो मम्मी से सुन लिया, पापा से सुन लिया, बुआ से सुन लिया, टीचर से सुनते हैं.
First of all, congratulations, Divyanshri. As always, we are proud of you. Okay. अभी हम एक चीज देखते हैं कि जो चीजें बच्चे करते हैं ना वो फैमिली से ही आती है अक्सर. So as I've always seen, Munot family is always dedicated and social. So is Divyanshri. Divyanshri word का meaning अगर देखें हम, it is divine and heavenly. And the meaning perfectly suits her actually. She's really a divine and heavenly person actually. आप कभी भी उससे बात करते हो ना, the way she speaks, she's so soft, she's soft-hearted and her voice is also soft. उसको बस सुनना है, इतना ही है. And talking about her intelligence, as everyone has said, she's really intelligent, and you can also like I have gone through her article in the magazine. It's super awesome. I think everyone should read, whoever is watching this. So do read and give her blessings as much as you can. Thank you. Thank you, Romal.
You're most welcome. Now I'm sure the excitement that she has created, I'm sure now you want to go through the magazine, right? We'll come back to you, Divyanshri, once again. Now we're moving ahead with our launch, a big launch of this new year of a Kids Galaxy magazine. So here we go. So this is, can you all see this? Our screen?
Yeah, I can.
Yes. So just a minute. I think I just flipped it by mistake. Yes. Gayatri, all is yours.
Thank you so much, Romal. Can you try to maybe make it full screen?
Just give me a minute. Let me give a try.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone, our magazine is live on the website now, and we will be sharing the link to everybody after this launch meeting. And this is how we share our magazine every month. You can browse through this link and see the past editions as well. And so here we go. We start this month's edition. As you all know, this time Divyanshri is our cover feature. And I wrote this tagline, sowing seeds of life, for her. Because anyway, we know that it is about a tree plantation drive and handing out seed packets. But what she is doing right now is learning all these life lessons, which are so important at such a young age. And the seeds that she's handing out now are actually experiences for herself also that she's building and learning from them. So let us go ahead and see what else is there in our magazine this time. This is our introduction of Nana Gyan Foundation. As Romal already shared in the beginning, that Nana Gyan Foundation, the motto is to bring a genuine smile on people's faces. And I really resonate with that because Romal herself is a very genuine and sincere person. When you talk to her, you realize that she means business, in the sense that whatever she says is from her heart, and she goes all out to help others. And that is what Nana Gyan also stands for. The rest of the team also shares the same values and principles that Nana Gyan Foundation exudes. So we've had a lot of counseling sessions, workshops, handwriting analysis sessions, and even Kids Galaxy magazine is shared across different schools, principals, and individual subscribers. So you can read a lot about that in these pages. You can move ahead. Yeah, so we start with my editor's note for this month. So when I was just researching about January, I realized that it is a very interesting month because we are leaving the last year behind. We are starting this new year. We always have this feeling that okay, New Year mein main ye kar lungi, ya New Year mein I'll start something new. So you always look forward to the new year and the new month with a lot of excitement. Resolution, if we follow or not, that's a different thing. But January seems to be like this month of like, looking forward and hope and new opportunities. And at the same time, I realized that a lot of visionaries were born in January, including myself. So I'll take credit for that. And what I found common among so many of them, like Vivekananda is there, or uh, on one hand we have Newton, and then we have so many visionaries across different strata. And the one thing that I found common was that their passion and sincerity, their determination for their cause, whether it is physics or chemistry or spirituality or discovering something, inventing something, was that they never gave up. They did not lose faith. And they were like, failing is fine, but at least you put that effort and you tried. So I felt even that resonated a lot with January's theme, where, you believe in yourself that, yeah, okay, I can make a fresh start. I can keep doing things. So that is like we start this month with a lot of positivity. And since it was Swami Vivekananda's birth anniversary, I shared some quotes that, very simply they state something that we should always remember for ourselves, that we should never think that we are weak or we are incapable of something, or even judge the other person that, this person cannot do something, because we all have our own strengths. We are all so unique from each other, and that is our biggest strength. So I think these are words which, like, Swami Vivekananda at age 39, he had so much awareness and he put it in such a simple way. And those words can still hold good even now after so many years. So that's how we start on a positive note for this month. You can go ahead, Romil. This is a regular section in our magazine where we cover the events of Nanha Gyan in the past month. I think Romal would be a better person to walk us through this, but through the pictures and all, you can see that it was a pretty busy month last time, especially with the Healing Light Awards, Prerna competitions, which were held at such a grand scale. And it was a great leap from our previous year. And that just goes to show that we can forge new connections, and everybody looks or is attracted to that positivity that Nanagyan stands for. Romal, do you want to share a little bit about all these achievements of last month?
The first year, the first month of this year started with a lot of wonderful things for Nanagyan. We were the first thing that started was we were the trophy sponsorship for TEDx. So our logo was there with the one of the best best platform for innovators. That was TEDx, and being on that own platform was something amazing. Then we were also a part. We were also a part of event where we were talking about the sustainability development, and we also received an award for the quality education on sustainable development through the award name was Nimriti Award. And apart from that, we were also, our work was also being recognized in Ahmednagar by Seva Preet. So a lot of recognition, new platforms. We were there exploring the possibilities to spread that smile. So over to you.
Thanks, Romal. Now we move on to this regular column from our dear founder director Romal. She offers counseling advice, or we can even write to her with our questions, and she would be happy to resolve them for us. And this month's was about how does your parenting sound. So that was a very new way to look at that topic. Like I, as a parent myself, I was wondering how does my parenting sound, what kind of question is that? But when I read her article, and these are some subconscious things that we end up thinking or saying aloud, and how that really impacts our child. Like we always keep worrying, okay, she doesn't sit still in one place, how am I going to get her to study? Or what if he falls and gets hurt, what do we do? So always it's very anxious, we are like just worried about the next thing before it has even happened. And that is something we don't realize also. It comes very naturally. Sometimes we even discuss with our friends that way, कि क्या होगा इसका पता नहीं, right? So that is the tone that we have to be careful about. And Romal offers some very simple tips about what we should keep in mind. Especially like one thing is just don't say like a blatant no for everything, because of course like even if somebody says no to you, you will also feel annoyed and straight away frustrated. So instead of just saying a don't do this, don't do that, at least give a chance to the child to, okay, just try it out, maybe with assumed risk or maybe some calculated risk. So even if a child wants to climb a tree, you don't have completely let go, but maybe you can support the child a little bit, build their confidence and trust their abilities. Sometimes we just undermine them for no reason, like this guy is no good. But if we lose faith in them, then anyway they'll lose faith in themselves. So this is a very meaningful article, and I must say that I am also consciously trying to follow these steps, and I think it relaxes me also as a parent. Like if I don't hover over the kids all the time and wonder what they're up to, or they're going to fall, or they're going to hurt themselves, instead we should try and strengthen them so that they can handle things even when we are not around them. So that was a very nice message that's shared in this month's article. And this is a regular column where Romal shares her pearls of wisdom every month. Romal, would you like to add something to that?
No, you have covered everything. I don't want to add anything.
Okay. Then this is an article from Mr. Amol Ahire. He's a certified athletics coach at the Sports Authority of India, and he has shared some simple exercises for kids. We know kids are super high energy, and sometimes they don't know where to channelize all that energy, and that becomes destructive when it is indoors. They try to play something and stuff like that. So these are some interesting exercises, come games, you can call it, so that they can just channelize their energy in a better way. So we have covered shuttle run, we have covered jump squats, plank exercises, and of course skipping is an all-time favorite. So this is an informative article for parents who are wondering how to keep the kids busy and make them healthy at the same time. You can move ahead. So here we are at our cover story. So now we'll talk about Divyanshri's journey. And before that, a little bit about her dad's journey, because he was the one who initiated her into it. As we all know, COVID-19 lockdown was a horrible time, to say the least. People were losing their loved ones, and in general, there was like so many difficult emotions. We were confused, we were grieving, at the same time, we were just frustrated being at home. So, in general, it was a very negative atmosphere. And, even cases where people were struggling to get oxygen or struggling to get admitted in hospitals, it was doomsday, to say the least. So, at such a time, Mr. Gautam Manot, who's a very renowned entrepreneur in Ahmednagar. He's the owner of GCM Ventures as well. And he started a very novel campaign it was a tree plantation drive with the theme of one tree in the memory of our loved ones. And it's a very touching theme, and it's a very nice spin on just another tree plantation drive, right? When we associate a tree with our loved ones, and we know that, okay, this, at least even if I lost my loved one, at least I have this tree to probably go back to, or at least this tree lives on in my loved one's name. I think it's a very, very touching and novel concept. And I think that's why people resonated to it a lot. Everybody responded positively. A lot of social organizations also lent their support. So it was a great success. And Mr. Manot and his team and family members, friends, everybody, they pitched in, and together they planted around 5,000 trees, and they distributed around 4 lakh seeds. And these trees were also not any other trees. They were mostly neem or tamarind, or those kind of oxygen enriching trees, which are also very easy to handle. It should not be that a person is like, you hand him a sapling and then he doesn't know what to do with it. These are all very low maintenance trees. And at the same time, they are so good for our environment and so beneficial in many, many ways. So overall, this was a novel idea. They were paying homage to the loved ones. They were offering solace to the people who were left behind. And at the same time, they were giving back so much to nature. So that was very inspiring, Mr. Manoj. Thank you so much for all your efforts that time. And now comes Divyanshri's, her journey is attached to this one. So she actively joined her father in this campaign, and she encouraged her friends, and got all of them involved together. And together they form the Young Brigade of Touch Foundation, which is a non-profit of Mr. Gautam. And this Young Brigade is actually like a little department of its own, I assume, where they handle things on their own. They had their own Zoom calls, and Divyanshri led the team in terms of like assigning the tasks or planning what can they do, how can they create awareness, how to reach out to people. So all that went behind the scenes. I'm sure Divyanshri can add to that once I finish this. And so that is what was inspiring, as in her dad, observing her dad, and trying to come in and give her own effort to this noble initiative. That is something which is not often seen among kids of her age. Most of the kids are either busy with studies, or we are in our own worlds in that age. So it is very nice to see such kids also who are willing to observe what is there in their surroundings, what is missing in their surroundings, and then adding a little of their touch to it. So we need very self-aware kids for that, who can, assert themselves, who can see that, okay, yeah, this is what we need to do, and this is how we are going to go about it. So um, as I have mentioned in the article, the Young Brigade are known for their sense of responsibility, and they are very enthusiastic, and they are very, very, energetic to spread awareness and to make their city first, and then eventually this planet much cleaner and greener. In the next slide, in the next page, you can see all the pictures. Can you move back, please? You can see the pictures of their team. And this was, so in the second year, so first year was one tree in the memory of your loved one. And the second year, Divyanshri made the project her own. This time the theme was one tree for me, which is also equally touching, because, you are associating yourself with a tree. It kind of reflects yourself, it becomes you. And similarly, if everybody starts something like that, one tree for me, and they plant, so you don't really need to worry at all, because you will be able to plant so many trees in that way. It's such a simple concept, but with a very big difference. And similarly, they had these themes of like one tree for me, one tree for my surroundings, one tree for my future. So, those things they resonate so well. Anybody can understand it, anybody can be a part of it. And together, that is the secret of the success of this campaign, I think, where people organically started joining the campaign. So their campaign was a big success. They thought of, like, having seed papers where the seed is like embedded in the paper itself. And once you're done using the paper, you can plant it, and you'll, eventually a sapling will grow out of it. So together they thought about, like, where to order it from, how to get it, how to send it, share it with people, how to distribute it. So all their efforts, their hard work, everything was done by themselves. Even the parents, Mr. and Mrs. Munot, they gave her that, that comfort level of making decisions on her own, and they trusted her abilities. They gave her this opportunity to, just experience things on her own instead of being told, "Ki, do this, do that, don't do this." They left her to decide for herself, and that is what is reflected in the success of this campaign. Their hard work and enthusiasm was appreciated by Radio City as well. They were invited for this Chaitra Shobha Yatra, where all, they shared the seed packets. They distributed it there also, and that was organized for on the occasion of Gudi Padwa. And you know they um, they shared it in such a nice way. They created posters. They shared their own essays and thoughts with everybody. So together, it was a beautiful effort, with Divyanshri leading the way and all the other enthusiastic kids pitching in together. So at such a young age, we, like, when we see young kids doing like this, even we feel inspired to start something or be a part of something. And that's what our nation also needs. We need young and dynamic leaders like Divyanshri, who, like, with her calm and composed way, she executed such big projects at such a young age, without really being, like, scared of anything or doubting herself. So from Kids Galaxy and Nanagyan Foundation side, we wish you a lot of success, Divyanshri, because what you did was nothing short of great. Because not every kid thinks in that way. Not every kid does all those things that you did. So kudos to you, and great going. And I'm sure once your exams are over, you'll bounce back and try to figure out the next campaign. And we are all looking forward to that. Divyanshri, now I'd switch it over to you. Can you fill up the blanks wherever I missed something, wherever you would like to share your own point of view?
Thank you so much, Gayatri ma'am, for the introduction. Uh, you haven't missed anything. You covered everything. But I would also like to say this is a privilege for me to be recognized by Nanna Foundation. Thank you so much. The campaign started, as ma'am said. My father started it, and then we continued it. So this was a very great experience for me. This was the first time I did something by myself, and everybody supported me. It was not only me, but my family and my friends and all these 20 young people who came with me. And we could do a lot that time, but due to our 10th, we stopped, and now we are going to start it again after our boards in March or April maybe. And all those that month or those 2 months, it was we all came together. And even it was not only me that thought about this like this, but the others also thought in the same way. So even their ideas came up, how to design the seed paper, how to distribute it. So everything was theirs, some of it was mine. And then together, like this, combining everything, we could make it a success. Even through Radio City, we spread an idea. And like you can see in the picture, so we gathered near the flag, near the Ahmednagar fort. And from there, we started off the campaign on 13th February on the occasion of Valentine's Day. So that time our quote was, "Make tree your Valentine." So one of my friends said that every time we gift something on Valentine's Day, like we just gift, but let's give something back to our nature and make trees our Valentine and love our nature in the same way we love others. So with this thought, we made posters, like you said, and seed papers, like you can see in my hand, giving it to Preeti ma'am also. So that seed paper is not a seed, like not a normal paper, but it is made up of seeds. And once you finish using it, you can dump it, and you can normally what you do for a plant to grow, the same way you have to do it for that paper also. So we decided to make the paper ourselves, but it would have taken a very long time because we had to make almost 200 papers. So we ordered it, but the seeds paper can be made at home also. And how to make it, the procedure was written on the paper, how to do it. So each child wrote 10 to 20 papers and distributed them to the relatives or friends. So, like that, we distributed almost 200 seed papers all over the city. And then in Chaitra Shobha Yatra, also, we distributed seeds in packets, like walking. And like you can see, people are distributing seeds and while just walking. So, this was a whole journey. And I'm very excited for what I'm going to do next. I'll surely do something and give back to the nature. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Divyanshri. And I missed mentioning that she loves reading. She is, I think she plays the piano or the keyboard as well. She loves writing essays and elocutions. So, a well rounded individual already. And her quiet charm is, I think, that is what is what attracts us to her, that we always feel like when we talk to her we feel relaxed and calm down, and we know that we are talking to somebody who's going to make sense. So you really exude that, Divyanshi. Keep it up. And we are glad to have talked to you, and even Sumangla ma'am. I must say that definitely it is the child's personality which is anyway awesome. Divyanshi is so smart, but I'm sure there is a lot that goes behind the scenes where parents contribute. I would like to appreciate them for supporting her and making, like, letting her make her own decisions, because as parents, like how Romal's article mentioned, that we always worry about them. We, before they fail, we want to support them. But sometimes, you should just let them be and figure things out on their own. And that's a great learning that Mr. and Mrs. Manot have, that seed of having a level headed making level headed decisions and trying things on their own, that they have planted within Divyanshri, really commendable, and something that all parents can be inspired by. They have kept her grounded in spite of, like, many people would be praising her, or she may be getting recognition everywhere, but they try to keep her grounded, and which is also a great quality to have. So thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Manot, for being such nice examples for other parents.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words of appreciation.
Thanks a lot. So, Romal, can we move ahead now? Okay. So now, in this month, we are covering a lot of visionaries. Like I said, they all happen to be born in January, and this is Isaac Asimov, who was a famous author. And this is a story which is a little dry, in the sense that it is a story in the future where children are learning through computerized teachers, mechanical teachers, and they find a diary which was, like, they found a book. And then they did, at that time they don't even have a concept of book, because everything is e-book, everything is computerized. And as they read through that, they kind of think back on the time that, how it would be to actually go to schools, actually have real teachers to teach you or have real friends to play with. And I found it very interesting because during the lockdown, we kind of had that simulated experience where we were all stuck at home. And though we had real teachers in online classes, but that feeling of going to school, sitting with your partners, having dabba with them, all those things are such lovely experiences that we missed. And probably that is why once now that life has resolved to normal, that is something that we probably appreciate more. So this little story is like a throwback to that. And we have asked our readers also, what do they love about their school now that they got a chance to go back to it? So this is a story by Isaac Asimov set in the future. Can go ahead, Roman. We also cover the birth anniversaries of Louis Braille, who created the Braille alphabet, which is like something so important for people who are blind. And we have offered this little activity here for um, even us to try and understand how it feels to, you know, operate this language for once, and how he devised this entire code. So this is grade 1 Braille alphabet, which is like simple code. There are 6 dots, and the combination of those dots indicate the alphabet. And later on, there are grade 2 and 3, which where they have codes for different words as well. But what he invented was something so meaningful and so useful for people who otherwise would have never got a chance to express themselves or learn something for themselves. So, through this activity, we are giving a chance to our readers as well to learn a little bit about this special language and try to form their own letters and just get an idea about what it is. In the next article, we are talking about Isaac Newton. So whenever we think about Isaac Newton, we always imagine a man sitting under a tree and this apple falling. But he was obviously much more than that. And his one of his quotes is the title of our article as well. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. So that's really cool. Where he tells you to live your life to the fullest. Exclamation always emphasizes the excitement or something new, something different. So instead of explaining yourself, live your life as an exclamation. That's very inspiring. And here are little fun facts or little fun tidbits about him, which we otherwise may not know. So it's quite informative for everybody. Can you move ahead? Yeah, this is so cool. So, celebrating the miracle of day and night. So, there is a day called Earth Rotation Day in January, which is a nice throwback on how people have evolved over time, as in something that we take for granted. We all know that okay, day, we know night, we know Earth rotates, but in those days, in so many years back, they had to literally come to these conclusions. And that is what this article is about. Like they have this folk called pendulum, where a pendulum is suspended in air and it keeps dangling, and as the earth rotates, it is able to knock off one of these small nails. And this was the first time where they were able to successfully show that yeah, actually the earth is rotating. So I found that a very nice concept where some things that we take for granted actually took so many years of experiments and dedication and curiosity to actually even come to light. Similarly, we have Stephen Hawking's birthday, where he also says, look up at the stars, not down on your feet. And it is also very inspiring because, in spite of his disability, he was able to contribute so much to the science community. He was a theoretical physicist, and here we have shared some storybooks that he wrote along with his daughter, which where they introduce concepts of science like atoms, planets, space in simple terms for kids to understand and not be bogged down by the whole, difficult terms. So this is something that if you happen to find in a library, we would love for you to read. and also learn from him and his experiences. Can you move ahead? We also celebrate Vishwa Hindi Divas. As we all know, Hindi is one of our official languages, and we stand for Hindi. Hindi stands for us, and we commemorate that by sharing some of the words that have found their way in local, like, spoken language in the English dictionary. For example, the word jungle is not really an English word; it has been derived from Hindi, like chit or pajama or juggernaut. Juggernaut is actually a term for Lord Jagannath from Puri, where it is very large and unstoppable, and it has its roots in the Jagannath Yatra, which is a religious procession of Lord Jagannath. Similarly, chutney. So these words are now so common in English, we use it often, but actually it is coming from Hindi. So I thought it'll be a nice way for kids to learn this fact. Then we come to this patriotic quiz where we have Lala Lajpat Rai, so Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Then we commemorate Indian Army Day, where Field Marshal K.M. Karyappa, he took over the reins of the Indian Army. And all three of them, the common thing between them is their character and their unwavering dedication towards the nation and for the welfare of people. And this is a little quiz for us to know a little bit more about them and remember them and pay our salutations to them. Can you go ahead? We also commemorate writers like Edgar Allan Poe and Lewis Carroll, and how they were not just authors or writers, they were visionaries in mathematics and riddles. So we have shared a very simple riddle, which is inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's poem. And similarly, Lewis Carroll, who's mainly known for Alice in Wonderland stories, he was actually a brilliant mathematician who invented this game called doublet, which we also see in even now we see these games. So we have offered a little description of those games, and we've also given a question to the readers. Can you evolve ape into man in this way, where you change one letter at a time and form a different word? Move ahead, Norman. Then we also celebrate Foundation Day for three of the seven sisters in the Northeast, Tripura, Meghalaya, and Manipur. Unfortunately, these are like beautiful places here in India, which unfortunately we don't know much about. And we thought we'll take you for a little tour across all these beautiful places which are found in these beautiful green states. So we have covered a lot of rock carvings, natural beauties, and then a little tour. Anyway, we are also celebrating National Tourism Day, so this article was apt for that. Can you go ahead, Roman? This is an extension of that. We have covered more places in Manipur. Then we come to good governance article. We have a running feature of Kurals from Saint Tiruvalluvar, who was a famous poet in Tamil Nadu. And every month, UV Foundation team in Chennai has been preparing articles for us where we share a little bit about his Kurals, which hold good even now. In spite of like thousands of years ago, he wrote all these Kurals or little articles, which are like, more like couplets in very, like right now, if you read it, it is confusing. But once you understand the meaning, it is so simple and so meaningful. So this time it is about good governance, what a ruler should do, how he should take care of his citizens, how much tax he should take. All those things are mentioned like thousands of years ago, and they still make sense. And one thing here that I would like to point out is like Surpanaka tells Ravana that if a right ruler uh, omits to ensure good governance at the appropriate time, he will head to destruction along with his council. So, though it may not make, it may not fit the context completely well, but even she at that time was so sure about how important the role of a ruler is. So this is a very interesting article which you can read at leisure because it has all the rules stated clearly that this is what a ruler should do. This is what a citizen should feel when he's under a good ruler. Then we have this other article about putting on your thinking caps, where we had given a line to start with and to make a story. So we have Miss Shania from Trinity International School who made a scary story for us, and we've included that in this month's edition. Can you move ahead, Romal? And yeah, now we come to the end of our magazine where we have a little shout out to our Makar Sankranti festival, which is celebrated across India in different forms. So one is a little spot the difference activity, which bache, bude, everybody, we love to do that. And then we've also shared a word search with yummy dishes. Every state has their own dish that we have to prepare for our festivals, and this is a way where we can look for those dishes and kind of think about those and enjoy the taste. So over to you, Romal, Divyanshri, or anybody else, if you'd like to share something.
This
Yes, I will.
sorry, Divyanshri, let me add you first in the screen. Yes,
Yeah.
Divyanshri. Over to
So
you.
thank you. I would also like to add that whatever I am today is because of my parents and my family. Because at that time, if they wouldn't have supported me and wouldn't have believed that I could do it, I don't think I would be doing this now and I would be here today. That time also, they pushed me. They told me, you can do it. And they helped me in every way they could, like even from which color to write with and what would look good and what attracts people. They told me everything, and then it was their support and love which brought me here today. And everyone supported me, everyone gave their blessings. So with that, today I'm here, and though I'm recognized today, I'm very thankful for it. But this is not the end. This is my motivation. And I would go ahead and do lot many things for the nature and give much more to the nature. Thank you.
Absolutely as expected from you that you have received a lot of support, you have received a lot of love. Now it's your turn to help others who wants to grow and move ahead. Okay, so always have this habit of passing on your parents gave you, you gave it to someone who would be looking forward to, right? I really like the mag though. It has been all work is done by Gayatri, but the magazine really looks good, cool, with a lot of good content. And your views about it, Divyanshri, how do you find the magazine to be?
I talked to Gayatri ma'am, and the first time when I talked to her, she's so friendly, she's so kind, and it was great pleasure talking to her. And ma'am, the magazine is amazing. The way it has been curated, I would love to read it, and I would surely read it as soon as possible. All the thoughts and all the articles included for us is very nice for the children, and I would recommend my friends also to read the magazine.
We would be obliged if you can spread the word amongst your friends who can subscribe it and they can go through it, because every month we come up with a lovely content. Okay. And Sumangla ji just messaged me that e-magazine was just wonderful, very thoughtfully curated. Thank you so much. And with all your love and support, we come to an end of our today's magazine launch, and soon we'll be sharing with you the link. Those who are watching on us YouTube, please find this link in the description box and keep commenting that how did you find the magazine to be. And if you want to subscribe, we are also giving you the form link. through which you can go fill in your form, and the subscription, as if what is free. So get it. And next month, so what's going to be there in next month? The next month we call it as month of love, because Valentine Day is there, right? So as we have Touch Foundation, they have touched our life in such a manner. So we as Nanna Gyan Foundation is also coming up with one more competition. I would rather not say a competition, but an initiative of Green Heart. We all have seen Red Heart, but now we are coming up with Green Heart to save nature. And in this, what you need to do is, सबके पास में 1 लीटर का प्लास्टिक का बॉटल होता है. उस प्लास्टिक की बॉटल में आप कितना प्लास्टिक जमा कर सकते हो, ठीक है? So from tomorrow the competition is going to start. You need to collect as much plastic, clean plastic, in that bottle, ठीक है? जितना आप अंदर दबा के भर सकते हो, उस प्लास्टिक को डालना. तो उसमें आप रैपर्स डाल सकते हो, उसमें आप दिन भर के चॉकलेट के रैपर्स डाल सकते हो, फिर आपके कैडबरी के रैपर्स डाल सकते हो, फिर जो भी आपके दूध के टेट्रा पैक्स जो प्लास्टिक निकलती है वो डाल सकते हो. सारी पर क्लीन करके जगह से डालते हो, तो जितना भी उसके अंदर जमा होगा, जितना हैवी आपका बॉटल वे करेगा, उतना अच्छा गिफ्ट आपको मिलने की पॉसिबिलिटी है. बट वो सिर्फ आप तक मत रखना. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज a brick. That is a brick that we are making it, and we will be sending that to a Rudra Foundation, which creates fuel out of plastic. तो आपसे जितना हमें प्लास्टिक मिलेगा वो सब हम डोनेट करने वाले हैं to Rudra Plastic, so that they can create fuel out of it. अब कहीं पे भी हो, आप आपका ये ब्रिक हमें भेज सकते हैं, और इसमें रजिस्टर करने के लिए बहुत कम डिनोमिनेशन है. फीस बहुत ही कम है, जस्ट 50 रुपीज. आप इसमें रजिस्टर करो और जितना प्लास्टिक भर सकते हो, और आप चाहो तो आप दो प्लास्टिक बॉटल, मैक्सिमम 2 प्लास्टिक बॉटल्स आप यूज कर सकते हो, 1 लीटर की, जिसमें जितना प्लास्टिक भरना है भरो. सो इन दिस ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड, अगर से एक बच्चा एक पूरे बड़े बॉटल के अंदर प्लास्टिक भर रहा है, तो कितना सारा प्लास्टिक हमारे लैंडफिल में जाने से बच रहा है. So this is a Green Heart competition for you all from Nanna Gyan Foundation on this love month of Valentine's Day. And इसके साथ में हमारे पास 19th of Feb is शिवाजी जयंती. शिवाजी जयंती छत्रपति शिवाजी का बर्थडे है, तो इस बार हम लोग कॉन्टेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं, ड्राइंग कॉन्टेस्ट, जहाँ पे आप शिवाजी की थॉट्स को, शिवाजी के थॉट्स को अपने ड्राइंग्स और अपने पेंटिंग्स के थ्रू प्रोजेक्ट कीजिए. तो दैट इज आवर कंपटीशन फॉर दिस मंथ. We will be soon sending you all the details about it soon on your WhatsApps or on our Facebook group. So be connected. If you're not part of Nanna Gyan Healthy Mind, or if you're not following Nanna Gyan Foundation page on Facebook, please follow it. You will get all the updates there tomorrow. So stay tuned. Until then, take care and enjoy.